today we're going to be talking about our Reds getting swept by the Mariners. We'll start with you, Zach. What do you have any thoughts on the series? How did it go? And what do you think we can improve on?
I mean, the bats weren't cold, to be expected. I kind of didn't have a great feeling going into this one. I don't know. Seattle obviously has great pitching. They found the zone, and I think that kind of doesn't really play into an already. Felt like they were struggling. I mean, the White Sox is kind of like playing the White Sox is just like a spring training game that counts. I feel like. So you're kind of, but we've had some guys struggling. Obviously some unlucky batted balls with the weather being crappy and having the roof open, especially Thursday or Tuesday night. But yeah, just really good pitching from Seattle the whole series. I thought Abbott was pretty good today. Obviously it kind of just started with Montas on Monday, just not a good start at all. Kind of felt like that set the tone for the series, but not a great matchup. I mean, it's always a tough place to play for whatever reason, but just get out of there and be much better playing the Angels this weekend.
Vlad, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just glad the series is over. Having to face Kirby, Gilbert, and Miller is
Yeah,
not exactly ideal for a series either. Um, and then not having Candelario the last 2 days after already having a couple of guys injured and out certainly doesn't help. And like we said, the ballpark conditions also didn't help. Um, Having to use the bullpen earlier in the series um, was certainly not a help either. Montas was pretty much a disaster. Hunter's stuff looked really good, but he just had no idea where the ball was going. Personally, I think he needs to just trust the splitter more. I think it's a good pitch, but the fastball and slider aren't going to get a whole lot of swing and miss. I think hitters can at least foul those two pitches off a lot. So I just think he needs to throw the splitter a little bit more if he wants to go a little deeper into games. But like I said, glad the series is over and getting to play at home this weekend against the Angels is a little bit better of a matchup.
Absolutely. So we're going to go over a couple of questions from Reddit that were on the series. So what did you think about, obviously, a play that changed some momentum last night was when Elly De La Cruz got thrown out at third and Jake Fraley did not score his run. Who do you think that is on? Do you think it's on Elly to not make the third out at third, or do you think that's just the price you pay when you're aggressive sometimes?
um, I mean, it's not a very smart baseball play because Ellie's scoring on another. I don't know who. Let's see, Martini had the hit. Who was he pinch hitting for? Was it Stu?
Stu.
So whoever was Espinal. No, well, he wasn't getting a hit, but if he was, you're scoring on a hit anyway. If there's another hit, so I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of going first to third on a ball in the left center right there. I mean, it was an amazing play by Julio, but and he's probably, I mean, that same ball, same read, he's probably safe, 90 to 95 out of 100 times right there. But I don't know, the awareness is, I love the aggressiveness. Like, I'm not, it's like, it sucks. It's a terrible play. I mean, it kind of killed any sort of chance they had, but it was a great play. I mean, you don't want him to stop being aggressive. So if that's part of it, then that's going to be part of it. But it really did feel like the whole series, all of our aggressive base running plays, none of them paid off. Like, they all were in Chicago. They were against the Mets. They were, just in the past, they were paying off, but I guess this is what happens. I mean, Fraley got thrown out a couple times stealing bags. One of them was weird, like he was in there and then fell off the base at third. So I mean, that's kind of just comes with it, but I mean, it's not a play you want to make in that situation.
Yeah, I mean, I do think Fraley slowed up a little bit going to home on that play. And I'm not going to be mad at the fastest guy in baseball really trying to take an extra base. I do think he might have been able to avoid that tag. I could be wrong, but I feel like if he slid left a little bit, I think he might have been able to get out of the way of it. Not a base running expert by any means, but I don't know. And the whole series, it just felt like if the game got more than a 1 run differential, it felt like it was going to be impossible to come back. Especially today when it was a 2-1 game and then Sims comes in and the first pitch he throws is hit out. It felt like the game was over right then and there. So I don't know. The base running miscues and throwouts just obviously didn't help because it felt like every single run that the Reds scored was game changing.
Totally agree. Yeah, that there are a couple balls that were spanked by us in that game last night that just didn't. I think you said that the Encarnacion Strand had a BABIP of 900 or something like that.
Yeah, the expected batting average, it was a fly out to like dead center. It was like 109 off the bat, expected batting average of like 900. And it was a fly out, like pretty routine to the warning track.
And then the Spencer Steer one that Rodriguez had a great play on.
Yeah, there were multiple Steer at bats that he kind of got robbed on. He had a
The
hard
whole
time
series
today.
too.